We hadn't even had the opportunity on the show yet to say that the ceasefire had been reached before, at least in effect, if not technically, if not accepted by the media, the ceasefire was violated. So we have this, AJ Plus tweeting, Israeli police stormed Jerusalem's Al-Aqsa Mosque hours after the ceasefire began, firing rubber bullets and stun grenades at Palestinians. Witnesses say some Palestinians stayed after Friday prayers to celebrate the ceasefire. Police claim that there were riots. So we have more details, but first I wanna show you a little bit of video that was posted by AJ English journalist Arwa Ibrahim. Here's the video that was spread earlier today. Okay, so again, as we talked about at the beginning of this most recent round of violence, which is why we pointed out there, the Aqsa Mosque obviously can't be overstated how significant it is. 2 Muslims, stun grenades, explosions were set off. That's really what precipitated the beginning of this, and it's now happening again, just hours after the ceasefire, Viviana, almost as if to send a message that this doesn't violate the ceasefire. This wasn't violence from their point of view back when it was happening 11 days ago. It's not violence now. A ceasefire is, we'll maybe stop bombing for a little bit, and you definitely can't do anything. But then we can come in and we can stun grenade people, we can knock people out with rubber bullets and all of that. All of that apparently is going to be allowed.
We can continue to terrorize an entire population and entire people who have to live. I mean, what's crazy watching that is some of those people were not even fazed. They're just like backing up, like they're used to this. And I can't even fathom living in a world where there's bombs going off constantly like that. And I'm not a religious person, John. I know you aren't either, but this is what I hate about religion, is that people use it as an excuse for violence and for grabbing power. And it's just really horrific because a lot of people really find a lot of solace in religion. And I understand that. Like, I wish I could say Jesus would take the wheel and all my problems would be solved. Like, I wish that was the case. But there are people who are comforted by that. Same for, for the Jewish religion, same for Muslims as well. They have a lot of comfort in their religion. It's part of their traditions, it's part of their culture, it's part of their family. So to disrespect that and to desecrate those kinds of sacred places for those people is really cutthroat. It's really cold and mean. And Israel would be and is upset when you throw bottles at it. So I can imagine that they could understand that demolishing a sacred temple would be upsetting. As it's happened here in the United States, there's been temples, that have been vandalized and bombed, and all of us are up in arms because it's horrific. So it's hard to see how some people don't see that that's the same thing.
Yeah, and speaking of the same thing, by the way, I mean, look, when I tweeted about this, about the violation of the ceasefire, or what I think should definitely count as a violation of a ceasefire, people are like, well, the Palestinians did stuff too when that happened, and that is true. Witnesses on the ground say that Palestinians threw Molotov cocktails and stones at Israeli police. So yes, they did do that. And I would love to tell you that that's the same, but I'm not an amoral idiot and I'm not gonna do that. So yes, people have been brutalized, occupied, violated, all of that for longer than everyone in that crowd has been alive. They did lash out, and they shouldn't. Don't throw Molotov cocktails at people, but also don't seem super shocked when Molotov cocktails get thrown when you're bombing a mosque again. Like,
I mean, if somebody's punching you in the face, should you not try to defend yourself? I mean, that's kind of what I feel like is happening to the Palestinians. I mean, they're walled in, occupied territory. They're not treated as equal citizens, even though they're half the population of Israel. They're not represented. So it's hard to understand why people are so, well, they threw a rock. So that means we should kill their kids. Like, isn't that a little bit of a David and Goliath kind of thing? Like, the power structure is not balanced here. So it's not bad people on both sides. Obviously bad things are happening on both sides, but we have to sort of pull ourselves and get some context for this situation and not just say, oh, well, it's war. It's not war. This is not a balanced situation.
Exactly. For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.